Hello viewers, you are highly welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial today we are going to be looking at this Roman numerals. Actually this is the continuation of our class, but before the commencement of this one, that is additive property, which is the last property we have under this Roman numerals. Now, but before that, from the previous lesson, I dropped. So now I talked about some Roman numerals symbols that cannot be repeated. So I talked about D, I talked about L, or there's another one which is what? Which is V. Like let's say we have V, which is 5. So we cannot write V, because VV is going to be what? It's going to be 5 plus 5. I get it now, and this is going to give us 10. But don't forget that this 10 is, is assigned to a particular symbol, which is what? Which is X. So now for that reason, so we cannot say what? We cannot double or twice what? VV. And at the same time, another thing I need to tell you about this repetitive property before we talk about additive property, the one we have today. Now, before we can do that, another thing I need to tell you under that is that you can't repeat, this symbol more than 3. So let's say that you have X, 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 X. Okay, because I told you that this can be repeated. You understand that? But it can't be more than 3. So you can only have what? You can only have, at most 3. Do you understand now? So that is another thing that I said. I need to let you know concerning this repetitive property. Now, today, let's get back to today's problem. Yes, but before the lesson starts properly, I would like you, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe to our channel. Hit on the subscribe button, hit on the bell icon, so that you'll be notified anytime we upload a new content. Thank you. Now let's get started and see what we are going to do today. Now, we want to start from here. We can see that we have additive property. Now, when we talk about additive property, what are we trying to say here? Now, additive property, let's look at this. We don't need to waste much of our time. Don't forget this class is for the kids, right? So now, when we have LX, okay, it's different from subtractive. If you don't forget, when we talk about subtractive, you see that that's when we have the symbol with the lowest or the lower value to be at the first. Like let's say we have XL. Okay, so we can see that this X is lower than L, because X is 10, and we have L to be 50. You can see that 10 is lower than this. If you want to get this is going to be 50 minus 50 minus 10, and this result is going to be 40. Now today the story has changed, because that one is subtractive property. Now I want to talk about additive property now. So what are we going to do? So it's just the reverse. The reverse is the case. We are going to be having LX, something like this. You can see that L is 50 here, and X is X is 100 here. It's 10. Are you getting it now? So now from here you can see that we are having the big value or the bigger value before the smaller value. So therefore we are going to add instead. It's going to be 50 plus 10, and this is going to give us 60. Okay, and that is what we are going to be doing today. Now let's quickly look at the question given to us and see what we are going to do. I believe you are following me. Get your writing material so that you jot this down. Thank you. Now we have LX. Don't forget the symbols and the numbers they represent. L is 50. Okay. X is 10. So now 50 plus 10, we are going to be having 60. So which this implies that X equals to 60, and that is additive property. Then let's look at the second one. We have C. C is 100 plus II is what is 2. We have 2. So 100 plus 2 is going to give us 102. So this implies that CII is equals to what? Is equals to 102. Are you following? So now let's look at the next one, which is the third one. We have MC. What is M? M is 1000 plus, what is C? C is 100. Then when we add this together, we are going to be having 1000 plus 100, and that's going to be 1100. Do you understand? Which implies that MC is equals to 1100. Are you following? So now the next one is DC. What is D? D is 500 and C is what? And C is 100. When you add these two together, we are going to be having 600. Are you getting it now? So now this implies that DC given is equals to 600. So, and that is going to be the end of this lecture. So we are going to continue to look at the operations, because we can add and at the same time we can subtract Roman numerals together. So, and that's going to be our next class on these Roman numerals. So if you find this class very interesting, hit on the subscribe button, hit on the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a new content. Do not hesitate to share this to your learning colleagues so that they will be, they also understand or they also benefit from it. So don't forget to share to your kids at home. Bye.